Important part of this strategy has been to really do two things for our customers. Take this multi-tenant architecture, take this capability, and generate world-class applications. And this has really been our passion for the last 10 years. Sales applications, marketing applications, customer service and call center applications, partner relationship management applications, applications that are mobile. We have a brand new content management application, applications that do innovation management or idea management. And of course, through our partnership with Google, we now OEM Google's applications, and we have over 800 applications on our App Exchange. We've really been all about being an application company for the last decade. That has been really critical to us. That is what it has been all about. How many people here use our sales applications, for example? All right, how many folks are using us in a marketing capability? And how many folks here are using us in call center or customer service applications? And how many folks are here using our new partner relationship management technology or partner management? All right, and how many are using it on a mobile platform like a BlackBerry or an iPhone or some other PDA? Very good. How many folks are using the new content management capability? Anybody here? All right, we have a few people already on board on that. And how about Ideas? It's now live for all of our customers worldwide. You've probably seen Starbucks is using it on their website, and Dell. Anybody using Ideas in their company? Okay, quite a few. And how about Google Apps? Anybody turned on Google Apps integration with Salesforce yet? Okay, so we have quite a few hands coming up as well. And how about an app from our App Exchange? Anyone using that? A lot of hands. So that's what we've been doing, right? This is kind of what our pitch has been. It's been a decade. Get on the apps, get off the old apps, get off all the client or server apps, lower your cost, it's much easier to use. Let's just really focus on the apps. Now, how many people here came today to hear about apps? Raise your hands. Okay, for those people, just head right out right now, because we're going to talk all about platform. Now, seriously, we are happy that you're here to hear about apps, but we'll have to do that for you in the afternoon, because this morning's session, we're really going to focus on our new message. And that message is the platform. And the platform is what we have been building for the last 10 years to serve you, our applications customers. So if you've been using our applications, you're already using our platform. And what we've been doing is we've been iterating on that platform at the infrastructure level, at the database level, at the integration level, at the logic level, at the user interface level, and at the App Exchange level, and also in a new area called Development as a Service that we'll talk about. And we've been putting tremendous resource in there. Now, why are we doing that? Well, one, it's made us hugely much more productive. So we can do a lot more for you faster because we're using our own platform to create these apps. But the real power is that now we're going to give you the platform so you can build your own apps. Now what that means is you can take our existing apps and modify them, you can change them, enhance them, etc. by basically just collapsing that all into metadata that runs on our platform. Or you can build entirely new applications as well. And we really think that this platform, and our feedback certainly from customers and ISVs, is really something that's going to propel all of us forward, especially our customers and software ISVs. You see, for the last decade, we've been really focused on software as a service. And that's been our passion. I mean, that's really been our message. But for the next decade, we'll continue to be focused on software as a service, but we're also really focused on this new concept of platform as a service. That the platform as a service is our next decade. And a good friend of mine in the industry always says to me, people are always overestimating what you can do in 1 year and underestimating what you can do in 1 decade. And certainly over the next decade, we're going to prove them right as you see the emergence of these critical platforms come forth. You know, when we look at the web, you know, and certainly when we really started jumping into the web, we saw with Web 1.0 a lot of killer apps. Yahoo, eBay, Google. I mean, you could even put our sales application in there to start as well. And then, over the last 10 years, we've seen those killer apps, and we've seen the next generation of them emerge, and those became the Web 2.0 kind of YouTube and Facebook and Flickr and Wikipedia, and this is kind of what I have really found that everyone can publish. It's all about user-generated content and community and collaboration, and people mostly call this Web 2.0. And we don't know if the next phase is called Web 3.0 or what it is, but there's certainly something huge happening right now on the internet. And that thing that's huge that's happening on the internet is another massive innovation and evolution forward, and that is the emergence of platforms. And so when you see the power of things like Google's App Engine emerging, or Amazon's web services, or even Facebook, you know, these are applications that are giving you the ability to build your own capability. So you can build your own killer app. It's kind of like you could build whatever was on Web 1.0, but you don't have to create the infrastructure to do it. That is transformational. That is a big leap forward for this industry. And that is really something that we have never seen before, and it's made possible by kind of the tremendous amount of work that's happened in the industry over the last 2 decades. You see, just as applications have moved to software as a service, really platforms are now moving to this platform as a service capability. And we really see the evolution. You know, when I started in the industry a long time ago, it was all about the IBM mainframe and the digital equipment VAX and the VMS operating system and VMCMS and MVS and then it evolved and it changed. And people had personal computers and it became about .NET and SQL Server and Lotus Notes and BA, you know, and WebSphere and Visual Basic. But many of these platforms are now 1 and 2 decades old. And it's time for them to go forward and to change. And that's why I think it's so exciting that now we can see what the next platforms are. You know, there isn't any reason to be buying a SQL Server anymore, or a .NET anymore, or a WebSphere or a Lotus Notes, when there's so many new choices that are emerging. You know, it's really time for every software developer to ask, what path am I going to choose going forward? Am I going to choose the software path? Or am I going to choose the cloud computing path? And this is a big decision, but we've seen this over and over again in our industry. You know, it was kind of like, well, am I going to choose the mainframe path, or am I going to choose the client-server path? And now we can kind of say, okay, am I going to go stay on this software side? Am I going to continue to buy more of those SQL databases and application servers, you know, and set up my own infrastructure? Or am I going to move to this new architecture?